At my grandson's birthday party, my son-in-law's mother raised her glass and said, "Thank you to everyone who's been with us all these years, except for one old witch." Every eye turned to me. I felt the sting, but instead of breaking, I laughed. This entire family. Oh, you won't believe what happened. I thought I knew humiliation. I thought I knew what it felt like to be dismissed, to be erased. But nothing prepared me for the day I heard my own daughter planning to sell my home and send me away, all while the woman who ruined my life sat smiling. You know, for years, I've had this thing with mechanical clocks. Not just hearing them tick, but truly listening. They speak, you know? They have voices. And Edward's old pocket watch? That one had a special warmth to its ticking, maybe because he'd carried it for 25 years, or maybe it was just his watch. I was in my garage, hunched over it, magnifying glass practically glued to my eye, tiny screwdriver in my trembling fingers. Man, it was freezing in there. Mid-October in Detroit is never warm. Rust was creeping towards the balance, delicate work. I took a deep breath. You can't rush this kind of thing. Then buzz. My phone vibrated on the workbench, shattering the silence. My daughter. DRA. Of course. Who else calls in the middle of a Wednesday afternoon? Yes, dear. I sighed, putting down my tools. Mom, where are you? I've called you 3 times. Her voice had that familiar, annoyed edge. I'm home. Working. Is something wrong? You promised to help me prepare for Finley's birthday. Did you forget? I hadn't promised a thing, but arguing with DRA is like talking to a brick wall. She demanded I come immediately. So, I carefully placed Edward's watch parts in their tray, covered my workbench with a clean cloth. My garage, you see, it's my sanctuary. A small kingdom of order, precision, consistency. Everything labeled, cleaned, in its place. General Motors taught me that. 25 years in industrial automation, setting up robotic systems. Tolerances of thousandths of a millimeter. Every car's reliability depended on our precision. Now, I apply those same skills to old watches. Tiny mechanisms, just like industrial robots, but in miniature. This garage, it used to be Edward's, but since he passed 8 years ago, it's been mine. The only place where I'm Judith Harlow, former industrial automation specialist, not just DRA's mom or Finley's grandma. I threw on my worn jacket, locked up, and headed for the bus stop. My old Chevy broke down 2 weeks ago, and I don't have the money to fix it. Asking DRA? That would just lead to another lecture about my financial insolvency. DRA and Garrett's house is in Grosse Pointe, a world away from me, in every sense of the word. Over an hour by public transport. Time I could have spent on Edward's clock. On the bus, I pulled out my little notebook. For 3 months, I'd been saving for new tools. If I skipped a new coat this winter, I could afford a precision screwdriver set. Their house appeared at the end of the street, a huge, 2-story place, perfectly manicured lawn, decorative bushes. So unlike my humble little house in the old neighborhood, the door swung open before I even reached the porch. DRA, impeccable as always, even in her home clothes. The house keys are on the table in the hall. Movers will be here in half an hour. Make sure they don't scratch the parquet in the living room. She gave me a critical once-over. And you should change. I left a suitable dress on the guest bed. I said nothing. Silence has become my survival strategy in this family. DRA left, and I walked through the empty house. It always amazed me how much stuff could fit into a home with so little life. Perfect furniture, untouched decorative items, magazines no one read. I went upstairs, peeked into Finley's room. He was turning 13. Smart, observant, quiet voice, curious eyes, so much like Edward. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.